Rice is expensive. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries (MAFF), the retail price of new rice in March was 1.8 times higher than the same month last year. Although the ministry released about 21 tons of reserve rice in March, only about 20,000 tons were actually distributed to wholesalers. So what will happen to our eating habits? When asked about responsibility for the soaring rice prices, Agriculture Minister Taku Ito used the expression, "It feels like there's a hole in my stomach." In response, Kenichi Ogura, former editor-in-chief of the economic magazine President and now a writer, sharply retorted, "In reality, it's not Minister Ito's stomach that's empty. What's empty is his imagination for the public's livelihood and his sense of responsibility for his own policies. If the pain of being unable to fulfill his duties is real, he should resign and focus on recovery." As the public suffers from record-high rice prices, and Japan faces an unprecedented crisis threatening the foundation of its food system, the words spoken by Agriculture Minister Taku Ito, entrusted with steering the nation's agricultural policy, are shockingly hollow, shallow, and full of deceit that mocks the people. At press conferences, when questioned about responsibility for rising rice prices, Minister Ito often uses the phrase, "It feels like there's a hole in my stomach." He said this when describing the hardship behind the exceptional release of reserve rice April 25, and when expressing concern about rice potentially becoming a speculative commodity February 14. He has repeated this, "hole in my stomach," phrase several times publicly. Let's consider this expression. If someone truly suffered such intense distress that they felt a hole forming in their stomach, they wouldn't be calmly continuing their ministerial duties or speaking fluently in front of the media. It's clearly just rhetoric to emphasize his own mental burden. But in reality, it's not Minister Ito's stomach that's empty. What's empty is his imagination for citizens' lives and his responsibility toward his own policies. The ones who have truly felt like they have holes in their stomachs are the farmers and consumers. While it may be true that the minister is under mental strain, the cause lies with himself and his party, the LDP. He must face this directly. If the pain is such that he cannot fulfill his duties, he should promptly resign and focus on recovery. There are plenty of people in Japan both capable of replacing the Minister of Agriculture and eager to take the role. Minister Ito also said, "I'm a rural politician, so I have a strong desire to protect the production sites," February 14, Reiwa 7 press conference. But there are few statements as hollow and insulting to the public as this one. Would you like a summarized version or additional context on any part?